Thinking and deciding on what your baby would eat can be really stressful. Even as an adult, we know that. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I've been offering food to my baby from when she was 6 months old and up to this age, 11 months old. On this day, as a family, I'm preparing akara for breakfast. So akara is a Nigerian cuisine, which is just black eye beans washed, blended with some spice, herbs, peppers, onions, and deep fried. So because my baby will be eating from these, I will be making her own a little bit different, but not different from the entire family meal. So I'm starting off by blending the first portion of the beans with some bell peppers and onions. I'll be skipping the scotch bonnet pepper because it will be too spicy for her, and with time I will introduce spice. It's up to you, but I just want to skip the spice. Then I'm blending the first one, and no salt, no seasoning cube. I'm just going to skip all of those. So just because my baby is under 1 year old, it's advisable to eliminate salt from your baby's diet when they're under 1, because their kidney cannot process the salt. So I'm skipping all the seasoning cube and salt. So just because of the health of your child as the long run, it's just best to skip the salt. You don't need to be worried about it's not tasty. The baby, there's no salt. You're not the one eating. It's the baby. The baby has more years to eat salts contained food. So there are other herbs and spice you can add: basil, oregano, garlic, paprika, onions. All those things are herbs. They are all those things has flavor, so you should be focused on that. And also your baby can also nibble from your own food at some point in the day which contains salt, so that will definitely be less than 1 gram of salt they require. So just it's best to skip the salt entirely. So yeah, just as you guys saw, I blended the other one. I added the salt and seasoning cube because that's for the rest of the family. So now I'm frying my baby's own. I use that hand blender to make it a little bit fluffy. Yeah, so yeah, I'm frying my baby's own. It's quite a lot. She can't finish, probably maximum like well eating, let me use that word, because a lot of crumbs will be everywhere. She would finish one of these with her custard, which I'll be making her custard soon. And then the rest of hers, I'm going to be putting it in a Ziploc bag and put it in the freezer. So when next I'm doing akara, I don't need to do all this separating. So I'm just going to go to her own Ziploc bag and take one akara, defrost, and then she has her own. And that's just this same method. Do that for soup, stews, everything you cook. That way you save yourself money and you save yourself stress of thinking of what your baby will eat. If you as an adult would eat 3 times a day, then I think it shouldn't be something like you should be stressed and worried about what your baby will eat. But yeah, we know, even as an adult, we think of what will I eat today? What will I eat today? Menu plan. We know those things are stressful, but if you can figure out something, then your baby should eat that same thing. Honestly, personally, that's how it's been working for me from baby number 1 to baby number 3. So I'm sure this might be helpful to someone else. You don't need to spend your money on baby cereal, babies. So guys, I usually do this whenever I finish frying. I tend to just, because the oil is hot, so I just put a few prawn crackers, 9 seconds, and it's out. Yeah, so you don't need to break the bank and spend money on baby cereal, something you can also eat. And for moms in UK, please, I have a lot of DMs, people asking me, my baby, I can't get pap, the pap in the African store is smelling, what can I give my baby? You mustn't eat pap. You want to feed your baby pap because obviously this is what you were fed as a baby, but that's because it's easily accessible in Nigeria, and here there are many grains. Oh my god, there are lots of grains and lots of alternatives. So custard is one of my alternatives. Oats, muesli, wheat bix. There are many other things in the store, no added sugar. These are great alternatives filled with healthy grains that even if you were to be in Nigeria, you would want to import them so your baby would eat. And I wish I could get hold of pap. I wish I could, but I make use of what I have. So custard is basically cornstarch. You can make it richer by adding egg into it, like egg yolk, and you make it into custard. You can just make it with milk, just as I did in this video. Instead of water, you use milk. Avoid those cornstarch custard with sugar. It's in the store. Avoid them, please, because once they get used to it, there's no going back. So I've got this Rusky biscuits. You can get it from most of the store. Usually I crush it for extra creaminess and nutrient for my baby's custard. It's really, really nice. Then I add the custard into it. No sugar. My girls are taking this custard. No sugar. I don't put sugar. I don't put honey. Because it's breakfast. The day is just starting. They still have possible juice they might drink. Some days they want to take ice cream. It's the summer. Just as I said, we can't win it all, but we try our best so they can be better than us that are struggling now. There are one thing that is sweet or the other they would take during the day. So it's best to kick off the day, start the day with something less of sugar, and then try and control the rest of the day. Yeah, it's difficult. It is difficult. You guys see my videos, sometimes my kids are taking juice. I'm not perfect, but I'm just trying my best to get them right, because I've calculated the added sugar and the processed sugar. I try to cut down on the processed sugar and those unhealthy sugar, but there are some sugar that are naturally occurring in some food. That's fine, but those extra ones, processed juice, candies, cut down on them. That custard was actually for my husband. I'm not a fan of custard at all. Custard and pap is not my thing. And for this weight loss journey, you want to avoid custard because the starch, corn starch, the carbohydrates. Anyway, see my baby eating. Yum, yum, yum. This is how she wants to hold her spoon now. In fact, this is now her favorite spoon. She's got a spoon for this bib, but she likes this metal spoon, which I don't too find it comfortable, so I'm just holding on to it so it doesn't hurt her teeth. The teeth we are managing.